What's the haps? I'm John, aka Maroka, and it is patch day here in Spiral Knights. If you cast your mind back about 5 to 6 weeks, there was a post by Nick on the forums, which I then covered briefly on my channel, which was elaborating on what was upcoming in Spiral Knights, predominantly surrounding the arcade and the way the arcade would change. Now, today's patch is not the entirety of those changes, it is just the beginning of new things, the start of things to come. There will be a lot more changes regarding the arcade, presumably in the coming next couple of months or so, I think. But right now, this is the start of things. Things are afoot, they are in motion. For starters, you will note, as we're here in the arcade, that where there were 8 machines to take us down into Clockworks before, there are now only 4. The 4 inactive gates are gone! You cannot deposit them anymore. So, there are only the 4 active gates. So, actually, as far as this patch goes, I'm not actually quite sure what you do with Veilstone and Moonstone anymore. Actually, hello, we've got just the man to talk to us about that here now. Hello, I'm Wegner, Chief Geonite, blah blah blah. I'm sure I had a voice for him in Spiral Knights Reloaded, but I don't know what it was. Joining a Clockworks, you'll find minerals, find them in all order, find the big ones. Once you reach the mineral, it gets deposited in the arsenal, don't fight over them. Minerals are used to create sprite food in the laboratory. Sprite foods are very important to development, so grab those minerals when you see them. Geological research is ongoing, so there may be other fascinating uses for these strange and powerful minerals. There are no current uses for Veilstone and Moonstone, I'm suspecting here then. So Wegner is almost out of a job. I'd start looking through the ad listings for jobs, Wegner, or you might end up in the unemployment line there. Ooh. Okay, so let's have a look at these gates. Let's have a look at whichever one is something. It's a something skull. It's an onyx skull. And we have a bunch of featured items over here. They're trying to sell us stuff as we go down into a mission now. So, you know, you're going down to a floor where you want a blaze brand. Would you like to take a blaze brand with you? Not today, thanks. I'm good for blaze brands. And a rather pricey volcanic dragon wings that's a little bit out of my price range. I'll pass on that, thanks. So, what have we got here? We now have configure your party is now public and private parties instead of having the weird drop down and who would you like to come with you? Would you like your guildmates or friends? Apparently they've now bundled them all into one button here that says creates a party that only friends and guildmates can join. I don't know whether there's I might have to try that, but there may still be the drop down once you actually get in that prevents one or the other joining if you want to go specifically with friends or specifically with guildmates. I don't know. That bears research but certainly from the start of the mission, that's not available. And this is just... They got rid of the slider, there's now just a clicky thing. The drag back and forth slider's gone. Oh well. So, there's also this. The mineral finder. This I kind of like, that's a nice touch. There's a couple of ways to find this. One is here, I think the other's under recipes and alchemy list, so I'll have a look at that in a moment, and the other one's under the actual item tooltips. But in the Onyx Skull Gate at the moment, depths 1 to 3, the common materials you will find in Tier 1 in the Onyx Skull Gate are these 6. If you head down into depths 4 to 7, you'll then start finding these items. If you go down to Tier 2, 8 to 12, you'll find them. 14 to 17, you'll find them. 18 to 22, them. And 23 to 28, them. So, is that one Vanaduke? No, it's just a fiery thing. Okay. So yeah, you got all the fiery ones for the fiery stratum, the poison ones from the poison stratum. You know how it goes, but now it's just kind of an easy way to tell at a glance exactly what sort of things you're likely to find by going down there. So this will be, I can only imagine, a construct stratum. If we have a flick back, wherever that would be about here. Well, looks like they got all sorts actually on this one. Who knows? Wait, no, that's not deep enough. Oh, it's Romulus twins, of course it's constructs. There we go. So yeah, that's a good way to find that. So if we head over to the materials, and have a look at the materials. We can say, oh, Philosopher Feather is from undead levels. Plague Essence, predominantly on poison levels. Plasma Cells from Constructs. Primal from Beast. Head down a little further, we got, oh, Silver Coils are from Constructs. Trojan Horseshoes from Fiends. And so on and so forth. Soul Dust from Undead, Poison, Gremlin levels, you know how it goes. But now you can find out just by looking at the mineral. If you think, what I really need is some more ghost bells to be able to craft that next 5-star item that I need. I need more ghost bells. Where can I get those? Those are now on undead levels, and you can just look at it and find it. That probably won't be too helpful with the old 5-star items, given that you don't, if you had it, you wouldn't need it. But yeah, you can also find it through the recipes. So if we bring up the recipe interface, that is, we can have a glance at these. So obviously, what does it tell you if you can find them? No, it doesn't tell you where you find them. But if we, yeah, you can have a look at the materials here. So say, oh, I'm working on, what am I working? I am actually working on a Valiant. So let's have a look at that. I mean, I have all the materials, but if I hypothetically didn't have a plasma cell, if I've got everything else, but I'm just missing that one bloody plasma cell for making my Valiants. Where do I get that? Oh, well, if I go and run some tier 3 construct levels, I might just find one of them. So that's useful, just for finding what you want, which is cool. So I hear tell the supply depot has received a complete visual overhaul, which adds the energy depot to it as well. Let's have a quick look at that, find out. Oh boy, this looks different. This does look different. So I got my money and my crowns up at the top. We got some new things on offer here that definitely weren't here before. We got the guild name change pass. So if you're unhappy with your guild may only be renamed once every 30 days. That seems reasonable. I can't imagine you're going to do that too often, especially for 7,000 energy. That's steep. And if you're really unhappy with your knight's name, maybe you should have thought about it earlier on, because that's going to set you back 3,500 energy. But again, only once every 30 days. I can't imagine anyone would be crazy enough to want to change it that frequently. Elite Trinket Box. This is an interesting one. I don't know whether this is a promo or a permanent thing. I mean, given that it's a box, I imagine it's potentially just a promo thing that'll just hang around for a couple of weeks, but no longer. But it says contains various elite 5-star trinkets and a trinket slot upgrade. Items are randomly chosen. No keys required to open. So no, it says trinkets, but does not specify exactly how many. Depending on how many trinkets you actually get out of one of those, rather determines how much bang for your buck you're gonna actually get out of one of those boxes. If it's like 2, I don't know, maybe it's not so worthwhile. If you're going to get like 3 or 4 trinkets, who knows, it might be alright. But then again, you might just end up... Again, Elite sort of implies it's like the weapon cooldown ones. It might be like, oh, like Elite Quick Strike module. But if you start getting stuff like Dread Skelly Charm, well, they're less valuable, I feel, because they're actually reasonably easy just to grind in the general course of events. They ain't too bad. I wouldn't want to pay 1,400 energy just to get that, but hey-ho. So our energy depot is up there. We've got the market, which we've seen this before, but it's been moved. It is now here. Press K to bring up your supply depot and it's here. Or you can just outright purchase it for money. Your usual offers apply. Or you can just outright just click buttons to just quickly exchange currencies, you know. I guess you can't be bothered messing about on the market. And then below is all the usual things, so that's the specials. Got our rarities there, all looking very shiny with these big high resolution images for everything that you've never seen in such clarity before, that's kind of cool actually. There's some very nice artwork. That's cool, that's cool. So we also got, what else have we got in today? In today we have a bunch of new pickups, so it might be worth a jaunt down into one of these ones. So, you know, beasts, I think I'm wearing my beast gear, so let's have a jaunt, and I like beasts, so let's have a jaunt down into the beast stratum. Tier 3, normal, just, yeah, make a private party, because I want to see how this works. Tier 3, normal, because I want to do this. I just want to have a look, have a nosy round, see what we can find. So apparently there are now pickups. I presume these are picked up like your vials. There are barriers for each different type of, basically, status. It seems there's poison barriers, shock barriers, freeze barriers, fire barriers. Don't appear to be curse or... What else are we missing? I feel like we're missing a status off there. Fire, freeze, shock, poison, curse. Oh, and sleep. There's no curse or sleep barriers. There are a few new things which I don't know how common these are likely to be. I would like to find one and test one out, but I make no guarantees as to how likely that is. There is an artillery strike, which sounds very much like the mortars some of the gremlins get in stuff like Operation Crimson Hammer, for example. There's a ranger signal flare, which sounds like that calls for backup, if anything. It sounds like you fire off a flare and a knight's going to come to your rescue. which functionally I suspect is likely very similar to you summoning a robot, although perhaps it might malfunction and shock you less frequently, because that's always fun. I just realised I've got my 3 weapon slots and I'm only wearing 2 weapons, but that's how that goes. That's that's me equipping loadouts for you and not thinking about the fact that I've just bought a weapon slot. Never mind. Let's hit some things. Let's see if we can't find some vials or something useful. I mean, there is a vial there. So a little birdie tells me they have changed the animation, so let's test it out by throwing at that. Oh yeah, that doesn't have quite the same... Oh, hello, we've got some... Oh, we've got a freeze barrier. Good, good, that's something new. I just want to test this out. Let's throw that one as well. Wait for one of you guys to pop up and then I'll test it on you. Just get stunned. Yeah, there's a bit more flash, a bit more pyrotechnics about it. Okay. So we've got a freeze barrier, which seems appropriate here, but it doesn't seem to be doing me much good. Yeah, it's not really helping against the whole freeze, but maybe it just ups your resistance and lets you break out sooner. So you get orbs floating around you as a barrier, so that's that. There's also an auto turret, which might or might not be, again it depends on if we can actually find one of the bleeding things. It might be like those turrets that you get, there's one of the jelly farm levels that has got it and you have to turn it on for, is it like 3 or 5 energy or something? And then it starts shooting everything around you. And honestly it's not all that useful. I suppose I better go and kill these guys just for the sake of seeing if they drop something useful. Because they might. You gonna drop something useful? You're not. You? Come on. What? Give me a flare. I want to see the flares. The flares could be interesting. Or the turret. Flares or turrets? Not much bothered which. Both could be cool. Nothing drops soon. Meh. We'll just have to call it quits and find it in the natural course of events. There is one other thing that I want to show off, so I'm just trying to make this quick, but there's a lot of stuff in this. There's also, I gather now, when you start a new character, hello, you're a new thing. You are... Can I stack orbs? No, you can only have 1 orb going at a time, so that's research. We're doing science right there. There is, when you create a new character, a new intro cinematic thingy. What in the name of Christ is that? It's clearly a pickup. What is it? It is not... Oh, hello, hello, hello. It's an artillery strike. You come over here and get artillery struck. So... Okay, it summons their... Yeah. Ooh. Oh, God. Oh, Christ. It's a friggin' carpet bomb. Nice. Nice. Imagine in a crowded room, that'd go down pretty nice. Now, that's what I wanted to see. There are obviously 2 more, but I'll let you find them for yourself, and I'll undoubtedly find them in the natural course of events. But right now, I want to... Tell you what, I don't even want to return to Haven. I just want to log off, actually. So I'm going to log off here. And then, ooh, never seen this before, never gone right back to the title screen in a video, but hey-ho. That's one thing I've always felt this game could use. It could really use sort of having a return to character select screen instead of just log off, because I flip between characters, you know? So I've also got Moroka Nimcha and 1 free slot. Ooh, what can we put here? We could put a new knight, that's what we'll put here. Oh, hello. The Morai Wars have brought us to the brink of extinction. We, the crew of the Skylark, fled to the stars, seeking a source of incredible power, our last hope to save our homeworld. What we discovered was beyond imagination. We discovered Cradle. This is very different. I hadn't expected anything remotely like this, but I do like how much attention to detail they keep giving to the start of the game, given that one of the common complaints lodged about the game is that, or used to be lodged about the game, is that it was difficult to get into. It was kind of, you left... In the olden days, you were... Hey, there's a picture we've seen before. Cool. Captain Oslo, the Skylark has identified the source of the powerful energy signature. At last, begin preparations for descent. We must harness this power. Captain, energy signatures are shifting. I've never seen anything like... That's a cool ship. All hands evacuate the ship immediately. Pew! I'm ruining this with sound effects. That's... Okay. And then it's Team Rocket's blasting off again down there. Interesting. Interesting. Huh. So yeah, one of the complaints I've heard levelled at it by a few people who tried it back when it first came out on Steam and stuff, they picked it up and were like, what is this game? It is free, let's try it, it's free, and then never got into it because it was just... It threw you in at the deep end, did Spiral Knights. And unless you stuck with it... Yeah, if you didn't stick with it, it's kind of a bit deep to get into immediately. And they keep adding all this stuff to lower you in gently, and that's nice. It encourages people to join. But we don't actually need to go and create a new character or anything, because that's that. So that'll just about do it for now. I think that covers pretty much everything I can spot on the patch notes. If I've missed anything, I apologise, but I think I got it all. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall obviously be back in the future with more updates as and when they arrive, because there will be more to cover on the arcade in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.